start to your weekend for those of you who celebrate Easter. Hope your Good Friday was great and the rest of your Easter weekend has gone the way that you wanted to, and that it will be everything that you desire, and everybody else who is seeing this as a nice time to relax and lay back. Blessings to you as well. Look, I'm going to be real brief with this. I'm on my way to the gym. Look, I want to ask you a question, and then I want to explore some ideas with you. Look, what has you settling? That question is going to make a lot of people uncomfortable, because deep inside, even though they told themselves they're doing good, they have maybe even some of their friends and contemporaries believing that they're good, they know that they've settled. I'm not talking about relationships and all of that. That's a whole nother conversation that's being pushed on social media, and it's something I'll delve in at another time. What I'm talking about now is settling for who you could be, what you could be doing, and what you could have. And in part that does, encompass, relationships, but relationships are built on who you are. It's that simple. What your self-esteem tells you should have. But that begins with the confidence that's built by doing what you're supposed to be doing. This thing is interconnected. It isn't some arbitrary reality happening to different people around the world as life unfolds. Life is unfolding based off of your thinking. Life is unfolding based off of your expectations. Life is unfolding off of what you are creating from the depths of your self-awareness, your self-concept, which ultimately produces your self-esteem, which ultimately impacts your self-confidence, which ultimately impacts what you believe you can do and what you can't do, how you view the world around you, how you face down challenges, and so much more. So the question again is, why are you settling? Are you settling because of the fear of failure? Are you settling because you have bought into the lie that what you desire is beyond your reach? Let me tell you something, and I want you to hear me very clearly. And those who follow me have heard me say this many times. If you can conceive it in your mind, that's God's evidence that it's possible. The grand designer created an entire universe of order. This universal order is directly connected and intertangled and interconnected with everything. Nothing is separate from this universal ecosystem of activity, realities, behaviors, and everything else. What you consider to be isolated incidents in your life is the conglomerate effect of your thinking, your beliefs, your interactions, your choices, and your engagement with the rest of the universe. And you can't get around that. Well, here's the thing, that this grand design in the way that it is believed to be a benevolent issue. God, the universe, life, however you want to look at it, it seemed to be a benevolent source at the core. It's good. Matter of fact, we have a term for what we refer to as the opposite of this source, and that's evil. So then if it's good, then you would have to believe that someone intelligent enough to design this universe to function in order for billions of years, you have to believe that intelligence would have took into effect what it would be like to have a mind or a brain that could conceive something that you couldn't have. To desire something you can't have is torture, it's suffering, literally. It is literally suffering. And that is not how I see God as I see God. Now, so that means that if I can conceive it in my mind, that meant God designed me to conceive the things that I can see, and have. So if I can see it, I can have it. Now, here's the problem. Seeing it and having it isn't a magical equation. It's not like, okay, go see it, go have it. It means that if I see it, then there's a path to it. Now, here's where a lot of other people are settling. They don't want to put in the work. They don't want to participate in the process. They want the promise. They want the prize, but they don't want to endure the process. They want to go out into the world and say, this is what I want in some kind of way because I wish for it hard enough, because I pray for it constantly, because I'm a child of God, and all these other things that they reason with themselves. I should just have it. That sense of entitlement, no matter where the source, is a recipe for disaster and failure. When you conceive it, that's the beginning. Your thoughts are the seeds of your destiny. You have to plant the seeds. You have to water the seeds. You have to cultivate and protect and de-weed the seed. You have to make sure that your seed is in optimal soil to produce the germination process. There is a process that we have to go through when we are going through the process. Going through this stages of becoming, because you don't get what you want, you get who you are. So you have to become what the person who is capable of producing what it is you desire. So then there is this need to become. But see, you got to go through this process. Most people don't want the process. Most people will buck the process at all costs. Most people will fight, scream, bloody murder, and everything else, because the process is often uncomfortable. The process is often painful. The process requires you to take on fear, and it is by its very nature challenging. We don't want that. We want it to lay down for us, and when it doesn't lay down, we easily result to, it's not God's will. Well, if it's for me, it's for me. And no, you've got to go in and possess it. Those who are believers in the sense of biblical theology know what go in and possess it means. You have to go in and possess it. It's yours, but you've got to go in and get it. And most people aren't putting in the effort. So you either don't believe you can and you're not trying, or you think you can, but you don't want to go through the process, or you're afraid of what people are going to think. And all of these things have no real true value in the ultimate outcome. What people think is not going to determine what you're capable of. What you think is going to determine what you're capable of, and what you are capable of is exceptional, extraordinary, and phenomenal exploits. You are capable of doing things that are currently perceived to be impossible. All the things that you are engaging in at some level once was thought to be impossible, but somebody's mind believed what it conceived and decided to endeavor out into the world and do something beyond what was expected to be possible. You are sitting up and you are literally watching this video because somebody thought it was possible, while everyone else thought the opposite. And so what I'm trying to get you to understand is it's time to engage the process. It's time to shift your thinking. It's time to reconstruct your self-image, your self-concept, the idea of who you are in this world and what you're capable of. Look, life isn't happening to you. It's responding to you. It's literally happening because of you. You've got to learn how to impact life. And that's one of the things I teach my clients. I teach my clients how to impact life, how to be a participant in the outcomes of your life at a level that you can be certain that if it's something you desire to do, if you're persistent and you're consistent and you are focused and given to it, it will come. It doesn't come all the time when you think it should, or when you want it to, or how you expect it to look, but it comes. Your dreams will show up when you are persistent. Your ideas will bear fruit when you are persistent. You will be able to experience life beyond measure when you are persistent. That's my challenge to you. Develop a mindset that's winning. Develop a mindset that drives the circle you're in. Develop a mindset that drives the hopes you have. Develop a mindset that is full of fruitful faith. Develop a mindset that says, I know I can. Develop a mindset that says, I will not be stopped. Develop a mindset that says, I will rise. Develop a mindset that no weapon formed against me will prosper. Develop a mindset that says, I was built for this. Develop a mindset that will not allow you to falter. It's time to stop making excuses. One of the things that I do every day is when I finish my journaling and my affirmations, the last statement I make is no 0 days, no excuses. That has to be your declaration. You shall declare a thing and it shall be established. So on that note, look, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get in this gym and do what I have to do. But in the description box, there are a couple of things. There is a way that you can work with me directly, which is becoming increasingly rare as I move out towards more conferences, seminars, symposiums, lectures, and things of that nature to reach more people. But I understand the potency of these one-on-one sessions. There's nothing more potent and effective to be able to work one-on-one with a person over time. I do 12 weeks, 26 weeks, and 52 weeks predominantly. And the success rate is astronomical, well over 99.9 over the last 20 years. And I will continue to do a certain level of them, but I will not be doing them at the rate that I've done them in the past, man. I mean, my calendar 5 years ago was loaded, and I've slowly scaled that back as I scale out the other elements and components of the business. And you know, and again, not everybody can afford to work with me, but I've put a little something extra incentive in there for those who do. So check out the description box, but also for those who still may see it out of reach, sign up and register and start the Mind Unleashed course. It's an online course, step by step. It has my lectures, it has my teachings, it has reading resources, it has everything you need to guide you through a step-by-step process of transformation. No, it's not working with me, but it's the next best thing. It's a view inside of my mind, and I gave it to you for an unbelievable value. So one of the two. I'm looking for about 3 people to work with. So the incentive is inside the description box. Jump on it. On that note, let me get out here and get in here and do what I do. You guys take care. Have an unbelievable remainder of your